This is a quick introduction to Sentencing Guidelines version 3.8 for Apple iPad and iPhone. Just so you can get in touch with us, you can sign up for our newsletter, which we distribute with in advance of new releases or if we have issues with the application. If you have a colleague interested in the app, they can scan this QR code to get directly to our website. So the key elements of what's new with this release are, importantly, the new victim surcharge fees, which are still being debated and changed. We may therefore have a new release once this is settled down. Let's just go directly to that. So we have automatically 10% selected between 20 and 120 for an offender over 18 or a company for offences committed after 1st of October 2012. All these are still configurable through iPad settings, and as your fine increases, you'll see the victim surcharge also reflects that change. So if we started off with an A band fine, you'll see that's £20, a B band 27, a C band 40, and obviously that's 10% of 400. So that's just a summary of the current victim surcharge rules that we understand at this time. Within Fines Calculator pop-up, we also have a speeding grid. Just if you're doing a motoring court, this is a quick way to get to the appropriate speed band, fine band, and points. So we select the speed recorded within the limit that was in force at the time. So a 56 mile per hour in a 50 is a 3-point penalty under national guideline and proportionately 3 points. When we skip through to the higher speeding bands, 66 in a 50, national guideline between 4 and 6, or disqualify 7 to 28, and proportionately we'd say 4 points, perhaps 5 points as we go up that scale until we approach 6 points, and then we're into discretionary disqualification, or still your national guideline between 6 points and 7 to 56 days disqualification. So that's an addition to the fine calculator to help you in motoring MCA courts. Back inside offences, just to cover some of the points around export and saving of your favourites, if I've configured my offences and favourites for a motoring court, so just jump down to motoring, I've selected what I typically get within Warwickshire for a motoring court, for example. And I could also include explanatory materials, additional guidelines, any particular sections in court bench books I might want to reference, pronouncement cards for my chair, for discharge, disqualification, etc. And I can also select specific guidelines that I've added to my documents that may be helpful within court. So any favourite documents that I make favourite will be saved to my favourites file, and I can also move this down into its particular section. So this will appear inside adult within my documents. And so within favourites, I can export this favourite to motoring, and if I now clear all my favourites from each of these sections, we can just show that these do come back in when we load a different set of favourites. So I'm just clearing out from a motoring court and I'll import for an EFH CDH court. And this includes different offence guidelines I'd expect to see in that type of court, different explanatory guidelines, and so on and so forth. And within my documents, I've actually made favourite a number of different documents which are now linked into that EFH CDH favourite export. Now, favourites are additive, so if I choose to import my motoring favourites, we'll now see that applying for a licence after disqualification, which was part of my motoring favourites, now reappears inside my documents, and the documents there for viewing. So back into offences, I now see within favourites for offences both my CDH, EFH and motoring offences both listed. So this allows you to add in whichever favourite files you think you may need if you were to move between a motoring court into an adult court in a different session. So that's a quick run through using favourites to export and manage your court sessions. That's a quick summary of version 3.8.